YouTube, what it do is your boy Benji, and we back balling. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. We love all things hoops this way. WNBA season is upon us, and of course, a lot of the social media users have gotten together, formed a union, and decided to hate again on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. So it seems as if this is going to be the narrative for the season again. The Sky and Indiana Fever opened the season up with a game, of course. Indiana Fever, with a lot of a newly found talent acquisition, ran through the Sky, ran through them. And the Indiana Fever posted it was never a rivalry in the first place. 1 + 1 = 2. And a lot of people obviously were believing that this was in reference to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Reese led the Chicago Sky in points. She also grabbed 17 rebounds. Just didn't get any help out there. She didn't shoot well, but of course, no one on the Sky did. Caitlin Clark had a triple-double with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Aaliyah Boston went off. She had 19 points, 13 boards. Natasha Howard had 15, and Kelsey Mitchell added 15. You would think this is a nice W for the Fever, and they go on to game 2. Unfortunately, no. The think piece has started. And most of the commentary was surrounding this play here. A rebound that Angel Reese grabs. She is then hacked by Caitlin Clark, who tries to walk away from the rebounder, Angel Reese. But Angel Reese is upset. She's mad after she gets hacked. So this is going for the ball. Show me how this is a basketball play. She was not going for the ball at all and clearly had an agenda, but y'all got it. You guys take a look at this play and tell me what you see. Reese pushed off on Aaliyah Boston in order to grab this rebound. So Clark just took a take foul. Some of these comments are just crazy. Angel Reese was not happy after the foul. She had to be held back by multiple teammates, coaches, whatever. Again, this is right after the push. Caitlin Clark with a foul on Reese. I didn't think it was egregious at all. I think it was a bit of a sell from Angel, and Caitlin walks away. Out of the leagues paying her to keep the rivalry narratives alive, but Edgar has an extremely unhealthy level of hate for CC because that reaction made no sense. Seems like a normal reaction to me. We got to stop treating women's basketball any different than the men. This happens with the players in the NBA, and no one's going to say this player must hate that player. This foul happens at least once a game in the NBA, and it never escalates beyond the foul, unless there have been multiple hard fouls leading up to that point where they weren't. If you're watching the play as it happened, it made zero sense in the flow of the game. What? Do y'all watch basketball? This literally happens all the time in the NBA. I mean, look at this. And of course, the guys in the NBA are going to flop. Hard foul, they get up, talk smack, and move on. Reese having bad game. Chicago Sky having bad game. Or most basketball players are taught to not give up layups. Just missed three-pointer. Grab rebound. I have offensive position. To ensure that I do not get a layup, typically the defense is either going to try and block shot, but you're out of position. So there's a potential for you to try and block my shot. Layup, I have better position and won. Let's get momentum going. No, you guys are shooting badly. I'm not going to give you anything easy. You pushed off on my teammate. They didn't call it. Foul. That's all I saw it as. Interviewers were trying to ask all the questions to try and get to the bottom of what will happen. Someone threw in this question to Angel Reese.
In the last one, offhand finishing, how much did you just work on that with the right hand? Working a lot tonight.
I'm right-handed, so.
Any other players?
I don't think that's a bad question to ask. She does shoot jump shots with her left, so it's not a terrible question to ask. Most assumptions would be made that she's probably left-handed.
I got the tech.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
First of
no.
all,
I know.
let's not make it anything that it's not. It was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it, and that's up to their discretion after watching initial whatever happened during the play and then whatever happened after. It's a take foul to put them at the free throw line. I'd rather give up 2 points. You know, I've watched a lot of basketball in my life. That's exactly what it was. I wasn't trying to do anything malicious. That's not the type of player I am. So, yes, wasn't anything like that. And I went for the ball, and that's clear as day in the replay. You watch it. You know, it shouldn't have been upgraded, but again, that's up to the ref's discretion. But I appreciate AB having my back. I guess I don't even know what she did. I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, girl.
Have fun paying that fine.
Can I get how? Can you send me a
I got it.
Oh,
Don't worry.
perfect.
Oh, shit. Sounded quite privileged. Aaliyah Boston may be one of the most wonderful people on earth. She did not go for the ball. Video does not lie, Clark. You even admit that you wanted to prevent her from scoring. You intentionally fouled her from the side. That's why it was a flagrant. And then things get crazier. RG3, former football player, had this to say. After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese in the aftermath, there's no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't like Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. He had a commentator reply, "Not really a bad take. Given who you are, it's journalistic and malpractice, even if it's just a tweet. If you missed last year, you know there is a sizable, racist, delusional Caitlyn mod that has produced endless hate and death threats to Angel. And you are pouring gasoline on that, feeding a monster." And people pull up old tweets too. If you didn't say it was classism when Caitlyn Clark did it to her opponent, then don't say that about Reese either. This was 2023. When a classist move by Angel Reese, doing way too much to taunt Clark. This is probably in response to the "you can't see me" thing. Remember we had think pieces about this last year? Caitlyn Clark drive to the basket, swipe to the head from Reese, but Caitlyn got up, shot her free throws, kept it moving. But the internet wanted to have a discussion about this as well as the media. Look at what this dude said. This dude wrote a book, AR Hates CC. It's staring at us right in the face when people are afraid to say it. Won't answer questions about CC. Gets mad when people praise CC for the explosion of popularity around women's basketball. Celebrates her teammates flagrantly foul. Goes after and tries to punch CC at the routine, make them earn it foul after AR fall to Leah Boston with a pushback that wasn't quite called. It's not just hate, it's jealousy and resentment. Some people get uncomfortable when you say AR hates or is jealous because of the complex racial history of America and the historical stereotypes of the angry and jealous black woman. I understand that. AR isn't just some jealous black woman. She's an NCAA champion and great basketball player. She's a competitor who has shown that she doesn't like how CC is crowned while she's criticized for showing the same confidence and fire in her own way. It's not an assumption. That's what AR said and shown us. This rivalry can turn into hate, jealousy, and resentment. CC is the most popular athlete in America, and AR is the Isaiah Thomas, Caitlyn Clark's Michael Jordan. People care about rivalries. Rivalries aren't built on handshakes, they're forged in fire, fouls, and pride. AR wants to beat and outshine Caitlyn Clark. AR has said she's the villain. That is sports, that is the game. AR has beat Caitlyn Clark, but never outshined her. Even when Angel won the national title, the First Lady wanted to see her and Caitlyn Clark at the White House.
She got fouled so hard, they kicked Leah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul. She didn't get up and try to swing on her. You know why? The reaction was different because of who did it.
Who was this woman in the back?
You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlyn Clark? You remember that?
Who's a teammate?
On the sideline just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her. Who celebrates like that for a flagrant foul on another player?
Plenty of people.
Who gets the credit for the expansion and the eyeballs and the popularity boost of women's basketball? Not just the WNBA, but women's basketball in general, because of the spike in the women's NCAA tournament. Women's basketball. You never would think they'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to the games. We got celebrities coming to the games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. Just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on to be that for my teammates. I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, the reason we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too.
I think this is crazy work. I mean, brother, I don't think she was simply saying this in order to reference that she will be Draymond Green, that she will be the bad guy, and that she wants to be regarded as the bad guy. Under the context of first, just trying to allude that if people are going to paint CC or whoever as the good guy, she'll take the role because she's at least the one big enough and strong enough to embrace being hated on. She's been a top player. She's been a top prospect. She's had to go through trials and tribulations on her own, so she's built strong enough to weather a storm. I don't think that's what she prefers, though. There's plenty of talented women, and she wants to be one who was recognized for being one of the talented women that started that uptick in women's basketball viewership and growth. Not just her and Caitlyn Clark. CC is Goku and Angel Reese is Vegeta. Stop picking on Angel Reese to get clicks. Oh my goodness. Stop speaking on black women in general. Oh my goodness. With a white woman in the background is next level. Having best of watching her. No way. You're wrong. No amounts of videos or tweets will make you right. You are incorrect. There's no hate between them. Caitlyn doesn't hate Angel. Angel does not hate Caitlyn. Stop spewing lies. STFU, you're already reaching in DE in order to make it more than what it is. Weak leg. Oh my goodness. Saying this with your white wife sitting in the background is a level of irony that I don't even think I could comprehend. You're loud and wrong. Take a moment to consider who you're enabling by making comments like this. Most rivals pretty much hate each other, so this nonsense that you're pushing is ridiculous. We've gotten so soft that a little disdain for your opponent is frowned upon. MJ and Isaiah Thomas hate each other so to this day, but let's not make a deal out of this. I don't think people are being realistic about this so-called rivalry, but I'll get into that in a second. Actually, Nicole Moss, who's a media personality, mentioned an absolute insane and dangerous narrative push. You don't know this to be fact. and you're making assumptions based on observations that are subjective. You're a father of biological children, and as they get older, the world will only get more complex for them. This is not it. Don't know exactly what she meant by trying to bring up the fact that he has biological children, but she tries to explain it here. I bring up the fact that he has biological children because I know firsthand that growing up as such is like. It is an extremely complex upbringing, and you are required to learn about both races and dynamics. But the world will see his kids as black. This is irresponsible. I don't know what that means, though. Take off your rose-colored glasses and quit being an apologist. Oh, my goodness. Or, you could be a normal human being like Robert and try not to turn your kids into race hustlers who get away with actual hard work rather than grasping for a Vistum card. Race is irrelevant to 90% of the population in every aspect of life. Okay. I have biological children, and only fools today or are racist believe that they are black. Yeah, racist people from the Democratic Party who still believe in that 1% rule, people that still believe in that today are buffoons. Did you have an issue with people pointing out Dylan Brooks hated LeBron James or Lance Stevenson hated LeBron? How about Draymond hating Rudy? Yep, you said nothing. Players hating on each other players is a normal thing. It is not that subjective. Angel's making it pretty clear with her actions how she feels about CC, just needs to own it. Conversation does not have to be like this. Why can't Griffin have an opinion? It's not an opinion. He's stating this as fact based on his subjective observations. He has zero ways of proving this. Reese would not be coming at Clark if she was biracial. Again, I'm not sure how we brought race into this. You effing idiot. How do you get up off bringing up anyone's family? This is a commentary on one player's action toward another consistently over the past 3 years. What does that have to do with him bringing up biological children? Robert literally made it personal by saying Angel hates Kaylin like it was a fact. You're actually stupid. That's about two public figures' actions, you moron. His kids aren't involved in this, are not public figures. Oh my goodness. I truly have lost why people think Angel hates Kaylin after she got fouled hard. What was she supposed to do? Let CC toss her and get up and be quiet because she's in the league fave? Did you watch Angel Reese at LSU? Weirdos want Angel to hate Kaylin. They both said it was basketball play. Move on. Grown men acting like women, starting narratives instead of just watching the sport. This is a regular foul. Both Angel and Kaylin both agreed it was a hard basketball foul. CC even explained that she kind of had to fall hard in order to put her on the line. No one's saying anything, but it's a hard foul that warrants your response. Angel taunted Kaylin at the championship game. Kaylin did not respond. Angel cheered and jumped up and down when she pushed Kaylin to the ground for no reason. Kaylin didn't respond. Foul after 3 years, she just a little push on the foul, and now y'all think she hit her. Let them hate each other. Why are you crying? Again, I think if you watch this clip, you can see exactly what made this happen. Push. Kaylin says, "What? Did you not see that?" Now you have an open layup. Everybody's out of position. Let me foul. To get the referee's attention, possibly. To send a message, possibly. To at very least, prevent an open layup.
It's just a good take foul. 2 points or send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it.
Things have only got worse. We are aware of the allegations of inappropriate fan conduct during yesterday's game and are working closely with the WNBA to complete the investigation. We stand firm on our commitment to providing a safe environment for all WNBA players. Following statement is from the WNBA regarding yesterday's game in Indianapolis. WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, or discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or society. We're aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Some people believe it's in response to this play. Home team cheers because opposing player misses free throw. Dave Portnoy was at the game, and he has commentary.
They're just people who hate Caitlin Clark. They're trolls, and they're like, of course, the Indiana Fever are making like monkey sounds and other racist sounds at Angel Reese, which is total garbage, totally made up. Oh, I was yelling at the ref at one point, like, that's a cop-out flagrant ref, and you know it because that was not a flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark. Listen, I was at the game. If there was somebody being racist or saying shit, obviously boot him, never let him back. I would be stunned beyond belief if that was the case. This crowd, I've sat on the wood for a million games, been in a million environments. The crowd at the Fever game, little girls, families, ladies, nice crowd. You even though it's 100% false, by acknowledging we don't condone hate and not seeing that this was a internet rumor founded complete bullshit, you're lending credence to this. There was none of that. It was a great crowd, a positive crowd. Yeah, Angel Reese deserved to get her ass booed when she attacked Caitlin on a normal foul. Other than that, what are you talking about? So,
all in all, sure, we could argue that these women could have a rivalry. I mean, we can utilize that in order to try and create storylines. Two players, same draft, a lot of notoriety coming into the league. The issue is that we don't get to talk about them in regards to the basketball play in the same manner. But I think that's because a lot of people aren't looking at it for what it is. You're talking about a scorer who's transitioned into a very solid point guard. She's doing things that most people weren't seeing in the women's game. Same way Steph Curry came into the game and people weren't seeing deep threes. Obviously, there were players that could do it. Obviously, there were talented players one-on-one. Obviously, there were talented players that could create their own shot in the W. There was more of a style clash that a lot of people had to undergo coming out of college to the pros, because it seemed as if they were still playing an old style of basketball.
That was a mess. Ghetto, it was bad. It was a mess. But we still talk about like how the league was like 6-7 years ago.
No, we was definitely sharing rooms. I was just telling Natalie and Tom, I was like, bro, we really was sharing rooms and you was talking in your sleep before games.
And look, Lexi Brown is a player who averaged 18 points and 19 points respectively her last 2 years at Duke. The transition to the WNBA has been a little different for her, which I think she's alluded to that being the case for many players. The WNBA just plays a different style. It's more like a old school style where you're trying to feed it to the big, so it's not necessarily guard friendly. So to see a guard getting off so early in their career is different. We're talking about a guard, get on the break, dimes, and deep threes versus a big whose style of play is rebounding, aggressiveness, defense. We're not even comparing the same type of players. It's not like we're comparing 2 point guards. I mean, that's why I think some of the basketball argument is strange. So it's been taken to a strange place where it's about race and things like that. I don't know. Anyways, y'all leave in the comments below. Let me know what you think about it. Let's continue to move forward. Stay tuned to the next video. Peace.